If I go back to my younger self, there are a few things I would tell her. Not because I regret loving. No, I don't regret loving. In fact, I am so grateful that I went through that journey. But because I learned some painful lessons. And not all painful, but relationships, we've got the ups and downs, but today I want to talk about, the painful lessons that I learned and I carried along. And that changed the way I see relationships, forever. So today I want to share with you some of those lessons that I learned. So one, I ignored the red flags because I believed people would change. And that's a problem. If somebody's not showing you how they can change by actions, then just only promises, just leave it. At the end of the day, that person is not going to change. It will always be promises, promises, promises. And for me, I thought being patient enough was enough for someone, to become the person they promised to be. So what I've learned is I now pay attention to patterns, and not the promises. Promises are I take them as just promises. Number two, one of the things I learned, so I confused potential with reality. I fell in love with who I believed somebody could be and not accepting what they were. Those are two different things. In your head, you have, and this translates to the red flags. So somebody tells you, gives you a lot of promises, but in your head, you build somebody to be something else instead of accepting the reality that is on the ground, what you're seeing, who they are at that particular point. So number three, I gave too many chances. Forgiveness is a beautiful thing. Don't get me wrong. But forgiveness without accountability keeps you trapped in an endless cycle. You need to get out of that cycle. And I always say actions, patterns, get to see that. Get to watch out for those. Don't go for the promises or every time somebody comes, they're like, oh, please forgive me, I did this wrong. Don't. Believe somebody for who or what they show you they are. Number four, I stayed too long. Believe you me, when I say I stayed too long, I believe leaving meant that other people would think that I'd failed. Now that I know, sometimes walking away is choosing yourself. Don't mind what other people would say. People will always talk. But you know what? At the end of the day, they will get tired. Number five, I neglected myself. And I think most women do this. You spend so much time trying to build and save that relationship that you forget to take care of yourself. You used to be a person who used to go to the salon every time, make your nails, but now you don't have time for that because you're too stressed dealing with patterns that are not changing, dealing with somebody who's not willing to change. You're the only one trying to save that relationship. And if you continue doing that you lose yourself. And, number six, I thought love alone was enough. Love is never enough. In fact, love is important in every relationship, but love without honesty, respect, trust, and consistency is not enough, guys. It's not. So at the end of the day, those are my lessons. And I believe you have your lessons. But do I regret loving? No, I don't. In fact, I'm happy I got love. And I'm happy that I can love again. And I'm happy that now I know what I need to look out for in a relationship. Because every mistake becomes a lesson. And every lesson made me stronger. Today, I don't look for perfection. I look for peace. And that's what I'd encourage everyone to look for. Don't look for that momentary, feeling. Look for the patterns, what somebody shows you, and believe what that person shows you, because that is the basis of your relationship. And you're going to, to get a lot if you start trusting yourself more, start giving yourself more, and at the end of the day, choose that peace, choose your happiness. Thank you, guys. Please subscribe so that we can take this journey together. We need to heal together. We need to educate one another about love, and at the end of the day, you can reach out to me, and thank you guys, the guys who comment, guys who reach out to me, telling me their stories. I'll put up a couple of stories, and you know what, at the end of the day, they'll be interesting. We can learn from that. But today what I want you to do is tell me, what are the lessons that you've learned from loving somebody, regardless of whether you're together or whether you're apart. Share with me so that I can share with people, and this can be something, that points them to the right direction about themselves, their lives. And thank you, guys.